Good morning and be welcome to this new episode of this series of mine in my YouTube channel. This is a series in which I am trying to build in a fourth time the Royal Palace of Madrid in Minecraft. This is the second episode which I will show how much I have been doing the these starting points of building this palace. This is called the foundations. In the last episode, I showed these foundations of these certain rooms, and for this episode, I did the foundations for this even bigger room. What I would like to say to you all is that building these foundations, this beginning part of the palace in Minecraft, has taught me that there are many certain details which I have never expected because of its particular feature of irregularity. What I'm trying to say with this is that I have not found out regular sizes in the rooms or in spaces, which uh, calls my attention a lot because this is not the way I have been building in Minecraft so far. If you have seen my previous videos, my previous series, and also the previous series which I focus on the Royal Palace of Madrid, I try to do everything in a regular way with regular sizes and so on. But this construction, this building process is different. I already said in the last episode that I am building this Royal Palace of Madrid in a bigger scale, um, and in this way I am being more accurate to the building plans of this Royal Palace of Madrid that I have. But following this way, it's oh I am finding these irregular sizes, irregular dimension and spaces. In this episode, I'm going to explain some of these features which I have been talking about so now. Well, first of all, let's go to the let's go down in order to let you see in a better way. As I said in the last episode, this would be a room. This would be the rooms of the king's apartment in this Royal Palace of Madrid. We are in a corner of the palace. The corner features something which goes out from the standard, and that's the way the architect Giovanni Battista Sacchetti designed it. This is the way how he did it. But well, but this room belongs to the king's apartment. We see this will be a guard's room, a checkpoint, in order to know who was going into the king's apartment. And then we have these three anterooms, and then we have the throne room, which is a new thing that I have done for this episode. I have already explained this, but for example, let's go to this throne room now. This throne room, in comparison to the last rooms, it's even bigger, and that's because the fact that it is bigger is shows that this was an important room. This room in Minecraft, according to what I have done and size and my interpretation of these building plans, is 30 blocks per 73 blocks. It's very big. And well, these Y blocks are just a way of size this room in both lengths of this room. Well, another thing that I would like to say so far in this building process is that I have found out that the windows have different sizes. For example, according to certain features, a certain location. For example, this we're in the throne room, or in the foundations of the throne room, and the windows which are next to this throne room are bigger than the other windows. And that's maybe because the architect wanted to emphasize that these were important windows linked to an important room. For example, these windows size 8 blocks, and the other windows size 5 blocks, 5 blocks, 5 blocks, and so on. We have 5 blocks, and for example, in this other corner, in this facade, the window size, these windows of this facade, of this part of the facade, size 4 blocks, and you are seeing that the windows they don't have a common size, and well, that's part of the way how this was built. Another thing that I would like to say is the column design. The column design let's see, the column foundations of this facade is made in this way by me, and they're different sort of this thing. For example, we see a foundation in this way because this is let's say a column, a foundation, a column foundation, a bigger column foundation, and then we have these other columns which are thinner in this foundation. The Royal Palace of Madrid have in its facades many columns as decorative features, and these are the foundations which I have done so far. What I have found out so far is that there are two types according to the building plans. This one, and then we have the other one, the thinner one. That one, which it's linked to the throne room, it's bigger, maybe because this is an important room. It's linked. These columns are linked to an important room, and then we have the others. This same type of column foundations and future columns in this corner. And I see, and you are seeing that this follows the same pattern. Another thing that I would like to say is that these foundations, column foundations, were quite difficult to me to rebuild to rebuild in Minecraft, because it was not, I was having difficulties to see them in the building plans, and I tried to do it in Minecraft as much as better as possible. Well, what I'm trying to say is that I wanted to do these foundation columns, or these columns foundations in Minecraft as much as possible, because it's sometimes, to me, it's very difficult to try to read all these foundations and all these designs in the building plans and trying to remake or rebuild or to recreate everything in Minecraft. But that's what I did, and I think I achieved this this element, this foundation, this column foundations. Another thing that I would like to say, so that according to what I have done so far, is that there is something very particular. I am realizing that in these hallways, or in these ways through the rooms, I think that the room always finish in a window. We see that there's a window over here which links to all this way are through the rooms. And one of the things that surprised me a lot is that the size of this sort of window in this facade, 4 blocks, was the same it was the same to these doors in this way through the rooms 4 and 4 and 4. You can see that there is a certain harmony between things that are linked, no? Although there isn't a symmetry in certain facades as over there, here, and over there, we see that in other things, in other features, symmetry, the same length of blocks, in this case the window and the window size and the door size are the same, because maybe that was the design of the architect. But the thing that makes them the same, that makes them to have the same size, is that they are linked through a way, or through this way, or this perspective, or this this line, symbolic line through the doors, of the doors through the rooms up to the window. Well, another thing that I would like to say is that I found in all these rooms a perfect room so far, in the way that this room, which is the second anteroom in the king's apartment, was a room which shows this room, the second anteroom, is a perfect square inside. You will see, for example, let's look at this, my appointments. This room is 27 per 27 blocks. Well, this is something that I was very interesting. But when I was trying to build this room, I found out that there were no symmetries in the walls. For example, if we see in this note that I have made, this wall from the door to the window is 12 blocks, but from the same point to the other wall it's 11 blocks. We also see that, for example, this little wall from the window to this wall is 2 blocks, but on the other side is 3 blocks. So you see that, well, you're seeing what I'm trying to say is that even though this is a perfect square size room, there are elements which do not have symmetry. In this case, the length of these walls and the length of these tiny walls. But well, this is some of the things that I am learning if I have decided to do this Royal Palace of Madrid in a bigger scale, and following as much as possible the building plans of this palace. And well, this difference of walls, the 12 and 11, I think, 12 and 11 length, goes on in this next room. Well, in this case it's 11 and 10, because there is a difference over here. There was a little hallway between rooms because of the very wide wall, but well, there is something, this feature which makes the length of this wall at this side a block less in length difference. But when we go on in the way, we see that it repeats 12 and 11, and then we have this another feature. One thing that I am forgetting to say about the throne room, which is the last one that I have done, is that this room it's even wider than the other ones. For example, we said that this is 27 length in this side. It's the same on the other room, the perfect square side room. But for example, if we go here, we get here, it's 30 blocks length at this side. it's wider because that was the way it was built. But for that, you see that the walls of this room, it's 2 blocks left to the other walls. So you see 3 blocks and 3 blocks, and that's it. And on the other side, we see that it's a block, 1 block right in difference. This, you see, this wall is 5 blocks length, which is the same as this one, and this wall of the previous rooms, but it's 1 block. It's this wall is one blocks right from the other one, which is this block is the difference, which makes the difference. And considering that and considering this both makes this room wider, makes the length of this room at this side wider or longer. So, well, there are many details as this. There will be many details as this, I think, because according to the building plan, which I am always seeing and trying to study, I see that this pattern repeats in many. I think it than repeats in more than one case in all this building plan of the Royal Palace of Madrid. It's not there is, as I am trying to say, and as I am trying to let myself understand, there isn't things regular sizes or regular designing. Well, maybe that was the way it was built. It was the way how things were built in the past. Or maybe the architect wanted to make this on purpose because he wanted to make on purpose this room bigger than the other ones. But well, this is an speculation. I'm just saying what I am thinking right now, and what I have been thinking in this building process. Oh well, um, well, I think that will be all for this episode. I have plenty of things to do yet. For example, we are in the throne room, then we have I have to make the other rooms of the king's apartment. If you have been seeing the previous series of the Royal Palace of Madrid, well, I'm just following the same pattern, the same design pattern of the rooms, but in this case, since I am doing this. I'm doing this palace again in a bigger scale, in a more accurate way, according to the building plans. I am finding out these features, but the distribution of the rooms is the same. So there will be another rooms here, as I said, which belongs to the king's apartment. and over here there will be the ballroom, and then we have here the king's apartment's stairs, which will connect the ground floor to the first floor. And well, there will be many other details, but what I'm trying to say is that what I did before, in the third attempt to build the Royal Palace of Madrid, the distribution of the rooms will be the same. But in this case, these irregular features, which I am finding out because I'm working in this palace in a bigger scales, are the difference. Well, and I think that will be enough for today. I think I am. I also want to say that I am doing all the episode of this series in English and in Spanish. There is already this episode 2 in Spanish, and this is the episode 2 in English, and that will be that will be the same in all episodes of this series. Oh well, if you're free to leave comments, and I want to say that also you can click on on that little bell, I think, in my YouTube channel, in order to let you have the notifications when I upload a new video. Alright, so that will be all. Wait a second. Thank you very much for your interest in this series of my YouTube channel. I hope that you have a good day, and goodbye.